Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy week of July the 28th. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. This week, we are pulling from our usual James Van Prague, The Soul's Journey, surrounding our monthly mantra, Redefining Failure. And this one's a good one. Surrender. Surrender. And the bottom of that says, I can release my need to control. Let me say that again. Maybe for me, maybe for you. I can release my need to control. As an only child, as type A, list maker, doer, all the things, it is very hard for me, I'll admit, to let control go. It's really not a real thing, right? The only thing we really have control over is our reactions to things. We cannot control other people as much as we would like to. We cannot. And here's what the book says. There's a couple of lines in here that I want to read because it just says it better than I could possibly say it. We need to understand the distinct difference between power and control. You have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people or situations. The majority of your external control is through the power of influence. You can lead by example. I love that. And then it goes on to talk about that we must surrender the illusion that we have control over another person because we don't. And sometimes our ego will rise up and demand that things be the way they should be, air quotes. And I say this a lot to my clients, stop shoulding yourself. Now, I think I've said it on here and I know I've said it on lives before. Stop shoulding yourself. These are expectations. Usually that's the ego that's rearing its little head saying, well, it should have been this way, or I should have said that, or that should have happened, or it should have gone this way. That all that, if it's just should, then it's in the past and there's nothing you can do about it, right? You could, I guess, say they should be doing this, right? But if it's a they, again, you don't have control. So, what does this have to do with redefining failure? I talked in my live last week about taking personal responsibility of our part of the failure. And a lot of times we don't want to do that. A lot of times we want to blame other people. We want to blame the situation. We want to blame whatever else. And sometimes we forget that we are a part of that failure. And so we talked about looking at the problem and taking some personal responsibility. So if you've done that, if you've looked at that and you've seen your personal responsibility or starting to take personal responsibility, I invite you this week to surrender not only the emotions around it, because sometimes we hold on to those feelings so tight and that we can't let it go. And those feelings are holding us back for what's next, right? There's the saying that when one door closes, another one opens, or maybe you're not there, you know, to think about that. Maybe one door closes, maybe a window is cracked, right? We see the light. Okay. Surrender that, let that go, or at least some of it. It's a part of our journey. I always tell my clients, I never want you to forget about what you've been through because that makes you you, right? Even the hard, crappy crap stuff makes you who you are, right? And some of us don't want to get rid of that because it was a lesson we had to learn, okay? I totally understand that. The emotions around it, you can let go and you can heal and you can move through them. So this week, surrender those emotions, surrender the blame, surrender the shame, surrender the fear, surrender those things that are holding you back from those things that are surrounding that failure. Okay. Again, as always, these are the things that we delve into on Thursday nights in our group, Embracing Me, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Zoom. You are more than welcome to check it out. The link is up above, and I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic last week of July.